Hello, I'm Liz Lumley of Finextra, and today I'm speaking to Bruce Oreck, the United States Ambassador to Finland.
Liz, how are you?
Very good. We're going to talk a bit about Finland, so I think the first question I had for you is really sort of what are some of the unique benefits that Finland present to the global business community?
Well, there are many. Certainly from a structural standpoint, you have a country which has great honesty and transparency in its operations and its governance, a wonderful respect for the rule of law, protection of intellectual property rights, business transactions. And so it's one of those places where you come to do business, you know the business that you are doing. Another benefit is even though we are way over here on the other side of the planet, almost everybody speaks English. I sometimes kid that by the time I go home, my English will be better.
Yes, I think the Nordics are speaking some of the best English in the world.
And then you have sort of the geophysical realities. As the Arctic opens up, that changes a lot of how business is going to be done, especially coming from the Pacific Rim. This is the most direct route, actually, from Europe into China and the environs around there. You have not only the other Nordics, you have all the Baltics, you certainly have Western Russia. It's in a very, very unique place. It's situated on the water, it has shared common rail. And so in terms of both ease of doing business from a legal and business perspective and from a physical perspective, it is really quite unique.
So yeah, in addition to business, sort of the buzzword of the past few years has been innovation, and Finland's kind of become known as kind of a center for innovation.
It really has. You know, Finland is a really fascinating country. Although it has existed in one form or another for centuries, it really has only been an independent nation for less than 100 years. And about every 20 years, Finland has reinvented itself. It is, in fact, a very innovative country because you can go back through, and it's almost like clockwork. About every 20 years, they reinvent major aspects of themselves, and so they're very forward-looking. They're very detail-oriented, and the 21st century is, if nothing else, it's a century of great complexity technologically. And so the skill sets that go with mastering that technology are more and more important.
So how does this sort of, Finland being a center for innovation and being progressive, what impact does this have for the greater European and global community then?
Well, one of the things that being a smaller country allows you to be is nimble. And I think that history will show that Finland has always been very adept at sort of standing back, trying to grasp the larger picture, and then moving strategically to find those opportunities, whether it's been a focus on human rights, women's rights, whether it's been a focus on first-rate education, on engineering. They've been very strategic about that and very nimble. Obviously, Europe, there are many places to do business. The question is, how do you grow your business portfolio in ways that you have not yet addressed? It's not about the business you are doing, it's the business that you want to grow into.
So I wanted to keep on this theme of innovation, sure. And this embassy in Helsinki is currently rather unique in its construction. So can you go into a bit more detail about its development?
There are two paths to follow when you talk about innovation. This building is very innovative in the terms of the technologies we've employed to make it a high-performance building. It uses 50% less energy than a comparable building, and it's far more comfortable. Everything from nanofilms to solid-state lighting to super insulation to district heating and cooling at over 90% efficiency. So lots of different aspects. The idea to show people that thinking anew technologically, mechanically, if you will, is part of where we're going. But innovation means more than that, because sooner or later, the newest toy becomes pretty much mainstream. It's really also intended to help people think creatively, think innovatively, not think in a traditional format. So the building is formatted differently. Here we're sitting in a space in an embassy where it's designed like a sort of a high-end American kitchen, so people can come in and be at ease. We have lots of spaces for people to collide with each other in that networking way that is so important today. We're wired in a way that we can do all sorts of different broadcasts. You can live stream from here from almost anywhere. You can connect all the monitors. You can
bring your tablet.
You bring your tablets in, and so much of what we do, the work we do here, in terms of bringing people together to think about the future differently. We often use the phrase to shape the future, not just fall into it where somebody else is making decisions, often based on ideas that are very old. But how do you really create and form and shape the future that we want to live into, that we need to live into?
Was it also sort of designed so that American businesses in Finland could feel like it's their place?
Absolutely. So that, again, you can bring all the tools of the 21st century into the Innovation Center, your tablets, your pads. You can take a tablet and do a presentation on that tablet and send it right to all of the screens in the building directly, wirelessly. You could do a webinar. You could broadcast back to your home base. We can do events with food, with parties, with just meeting space. It's really, we call it an innovation center, but it really is a business center, and it's unlike any other building in any embassy of any country anywhere else in the world. Another reason why we sort of say, come on down to Finland, or Helsinki, or and enjoy the Florida-like weather all year round.
I know. That's great. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
You can spend some time with your dog.
Well, he puts up with me from time to time. He says it's now time to go play.
Thank you.
Thanks, Liz.